To another band which recorded a live music session for us at the Capitol Studios, a band called Clam, and the spokesman of that group's name is Dave Roper. The group has been playing for 6 months, and Dave Roper has something absolutely in common with Spencer Davis, Clifford T. Ward, and Russell Harty, which is that he's a teacher. He teaches religious education at a comprehensive school. Dave, how do you find that the students of yours react to knowing that you're a rock musician?
I don't tell all of them.
Don't they know?
Well, let's put it like this, but 5th and 6th years, they generally know. Sometimes they've seen the gear in the back of the car. I also took the guitar and amp in once into the classroom and gave them a quick blast, which shocked them, I think, a bit. Most of the younger children don't know. Actually, when we appeared on London Weekend once, am I supposed to mention that, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. It does exist.
When we played on London Weekend once, several kids the following morning came up and sort of said, "Saw you on telly last night, sir." And, it was sort of a bit embarrassing at first, but they got used to it, and then I think they've forgotten about it again. Because that must be about 5 months ago now.
Don't you feel that if they were more aware of the fact that you were as involved in the music that they probably appreciate, that they would respond to you better in the classroom?
I would like to think that I have no troubles with response in the classroom anyway, so there's no need to tell them that I play in a group to sort of encourage them to respond more. There's no problem.
You teach religious education. Do you find that students are really interested in that subject, or are they just rode into taking it?
Well, religious education's changed quite a lot. In the last 10 years, there's been a movement towards moral education using the Bible or Bible stories merely as a basis. Moral education. It's sort of social studies plus. It's not strictly biblical education anymore.
Right. Now the band Clam, in which you play keyboard and rhythm guitar has been together for 18 months but only been playing for 6 months. Where is it that you play?
Well, we play regularly every week at Bridge House in Canning Town on Monday nights.
Which is a pub?
It's a pub, yes. It's miles from anywhere in East Ham, well, off East Ham, Canning Town area. And then we get the odd other gig elsewhere, sort of.
It's funny because I ran into somebody, I was having my hair permed the other day at the hairdresser, and there was a young guy washing my hair, and I said to him, "Listen, I haven't seen teenagers for so long. What's happened to all the teenagers? It's like the world's suddenly been taken over by the over 27s. Anyway, he said it seems that they're going back to pubs and kind of averting their attention from the discotheques. Is that true?
I think it possibly is. The manager of the Bridge House tried a discotheque for 1 or 2 nights, and he said his numbers really fell off.
I wonder what the appeal, do you think that you know what the appeal is of the pub as opposed to the discotheque? Because the discotheque thing was very big, of course, in the 60s, wasn't it?
I don't really know why there's been a movement away from the discos. There is generally, I think, more entertainment in pubs nowadays than there was in the 60s. I think people like to see something now.
It's probably also a lot cheaper without all the membership hassles and whatnot. Anyway, we're going to listen to your band now. What's the lineup?
Lineup is Bob Tippett's on lead, Nick Paul Barron on drums, Reynold Hunter on bass.
I know Ren Hunter. He works.
That's right.
He works at Capitol. Anyway, thanks very much, Dave Roper, and we'll listen to the band Clam now, who will be performing 4 songs for us. Right. Well, let's get it on with a bit of music from the band called Clam. Song written by Dave Roper, who I've just been talking to, who's the keyboard player and lead vocalist. We're going to hear now Lord of Sin.
I am the Lord of the satanic world, and the earth and the air are my aids. Young men and boys, and women and girls cannot stop themselves being